Hey folks, so this is question two. So in part A, first part, you just have to write down the center and the radius. So this is the first thing you'll learn when you're studying the circle. The center will just be what you have to be looking at is these parts here, H and K, but you have to change the signs because it's always the formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So the minus h here, you have to change the sign basically. So it's going to be positive 4 and then it'd be negative 2. So 4 minus 2 is the center there. And then the radius will be that has the 169 has to be r squared. So r squared is 169. Then you'd find the square root. So square root of 169 is 13. So radius is 13 here. The second part then is the point 1110 on the circle K inside it or outside it. So, for any circle, if you take the radius of any circle, for example, if the point is say inside the circle, so say if the point was there, well then the distance from the center to that point has to be less than what the radius would be. If the point was on the circle, well then the distance from the center to the point has to be exactly what the radius is. If the point is outside the circle somewhere, well then the distance from the center to the point has to be more than what the radius is because it goes out past what the radius of the circle is. So we're going to find the distance from the center to the point. So we're going to use the distance formula or the length formula from the log table. So that's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And the 2 points I'm going to use are the center, obviously. So center is 4 minus 2. And the other point is this point, the 1110. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So x2 is 10. No, it's not. It's 11. Um, x1 is 4 squared plus y2 is 10 minus y1 is minus 2. So it's going to be minus minus 2. So it's going to be plus. So 11 minus 4 is 7. So we're going to have 7 squared there. And 10 plus 2 is 12. So it's going to be plus 12 squared. So we're going to have 49 plus 144. And that's going to be root 193. And you can see here already that it's going to be big. That's actually a longer distance than what the radius is. So uh, the radius was root 169 basically. And back up here, the radius is root 169, and we simplified it down into 13. So if we simplify down root 193 as well, you're getting 13.89. So 13.89. That distance there is longer than uh, the 13, longer than the radius. Longer than the radius, then it has this distance from the center to the point has to be outside. So the point has to be outside the circle. So it's outside there. Part B then. Oh yeah, okay. Um, so you've got two circles here. You've got the bigger circle. You've got the center, and you've got a point on it, and then that point is connecting another circle T. So find the coordinates of another point on the circle S other than 12, 11. So the easiest way I found here was, and there's probably other ways of doing it. Um, one way another way you could do it is you could you can use the distance formula to figure out the distance between the 2 points, and then that would be the radius, and then you know what the radius is, so you'd be able to work out the equation of the circle, and then you could sub in maybe the point 12 in for the x coordinate, um, or 12 in for x, and because then it would give you that point there. So there's different ways of doing this. Working out the equation of the circle is one way. There's an easier way that I've seen though. So if you think about it, to get from this point to this point, you have to go across. So think about how far you're going across there. And when you're going across, you're thinking about the x coordinates. So you've gone from 12 to 22, or you've gone across 10 there. You've gone across 10 to get to 22. And think about how far you've gone up. So you've gone up from 11. So look, you're looking at the y coordinates, then you've gone from 11 to 13. So you've gone up 2. Okay. So I've gone across 10 and up 2 there to get to the center from the point on the circle. So all you have to do is do the same thing again, and then it has to give you the point here. And that's here. If you go across the same distance again and up the same distance again, it has to give you where it basically makes a diameter there with the 3 points. So let's go across 10, and then that would give me the x coordinate would be 32. Let's go up 2 from 13, and then that would be 15. So 215 has to be a point on the circle. So that's an easy way of doing it. The radius of the circle T is half the radius of S. And then, so this is why I use that way as well in the first part, because, okay, so the radius of the circle T is half the radius of circle S. So everything is halved here now. So think about it, to get across to there, you've gone 10 across. Therefore, if everything is kind of halved, so whatever the radius was there, it's going to be half here. So therefore, to get across again, to get from this point here to 12, 11, to get across here, you're going to have to just go half of that now. So like in the first part, we went 10 across because we just went the same amount across. We're going to go 5 back here. And then similar again, in the first part, we went 2 up. So we're going to just go 1 down here. And that's the trick to this question. We're going to go 5 back to the left and 1 down. So the point was 12, 11 where we're traveling from. So let's go 5 back with the x coordinate, and it's going to give us point 7, or the coordinate 7. And then let's go 1 down, and then we're going 1 down in the y coordinate, so it's going to be 10. So the answer there is 7, 10. And that's all for that question for question